It's another week and another episode of Onefootball European Power Rankings. This is a show where we take the 10 best players from last week's European football and put them in some sort of list with winners, losers and new entries every week. So will Raheem Sterling remain at the top? Will Neymar still be in there after a fantastic display? And which hat-trick hero takes his spot in the top 10? That and more coming up in the next few minutes, so stick around. Before we do that though, let's take a look at last week's top 10, where Milan Pavkov was a surprise entrance at number 10 after his fantastic Champions League performance. Elsewhere, Arsenal new boy Lucas Torreira made it into number 8, Harry Kane, the saviour of Spurs, was in at number 6, Mauro Icardi was just outside the top 3, with Ronaldo, Benzema and Sterling making up the victors of last week. But moving on to this week, and we'll start off with our losers of the week, and it's Raheem Sterling. Now, even though he's still in the top 10 and placed at number 7, he could have been placed a lot higher and potentially even kept his number 1 spot if he wasn't such a dick at the end of the game. He didn't score or assist over the weekend, but was instrumental in Manchester City's 3-1 victory over Man United. Until the end of the game, where he started showboating and being a bit of a tit, and then getting into an argument with Guardiola after the final whistle, and then all sorts of stuff. He really didn't do himself any favours, so from someone who's had a fantastic start to the season, been brilliant with England and signed a new Manchester City contract, this will be the last thing he wanted to be shown all over the world from the TV cameras. As for my winners of the week, also known as my special mentions, because even though they didn't place that highly, I still think we deserve to talk about them. First off is number 9, and it's Diego Godin. There is no one who sums up a more battling, ultimate warrior kind of defender, much like Diego Godin. He's the heart on his sleeve, ultimate centre-back, and he proved it once again this weekend. He played the last half an hour of Atletico Madrid's victory with an injury, and he even went up and won the game with a winner in the 93rd minute. Proper fairy tale stuff. Alongside him at number 8 is Memphis Depay, who got an assist and 2 banging goals at the weekend in their 3-2 victory against Guingamp. I may not have said that right, but I'm sorry French football fans, that's the way it is. As for Depay, well, the door has been open to a return to Manchester United apparently, as Jose Mourinho inserted a £35 million buyback clause in his contract when they sold him to Lyon in the first place. If you haven't seen the goals from the weekend, check them out. A long-range screamer and a wonderful free kick really make Memphis Depay someone who deserves his spot in this week's top 10. So with those winners and losers, it gives us the top 10 looking like this. In at number 10 is Stefan El Shawari, who grabbed a brace for Roma against Sampdoria and gave the fans more of what they'd expected when he made his debut in Italy 10 years ago as a 16-year-old. In at number 9 is the ultimate defender Diego Godin, with Memphis Depay in at 8 after his fantastic goals. Down to number 7 from last week's number 1 is Raheem Sterling after his showboating. In at number 6 is Edinson Cavani, whose hat-trick helped PSG absolutely destroy Monaco and potentially put Henry on the brink of a sack just a few games after joining. In at number 5 is Cristiano Ronaldo, who again had another hand in the Juventus victory. And number 4 sees Marco Reus take his position after playing a vital role in Dortmund's topsy-turvy Klassiker game against Bayern Munich. So this brings us eventually into the top 3 players of the week. And I'm going to let you know now, it is very Manchester City heavy because they were unbelievable at the weekend. So let's start off with number 3, and it's David Silva. He's a player that just seems to be getting better with age. Every season he improves, and every season he looks like one of the best foreign players the Premier League has ever seen. He put Manchester City on their way at the weekend with a fine goal, and for the rest of the game really controlled the midfield. He's like the master puppeteer in the centre of the park, and to be honest, no other opposition player can even get near him. His quick passing, his dribbling, his feet, he's just a majestic player. And alongside him is number 2 this week, and someone who definitely helps him control the midfield, it's Bernardo Silva. Silva got 2 assists at the weekend, and despite not getting on the score sheet, has played one of the best games of football I've seen this season, if not in the last few years. He's much like David Silva, except younger, more energetic and even quicker. He also fills out that right-hand side when the likes of Sterling or Sane move forward very well. Cutting in on his left foot, he's an absolute danger, as was seen with the assist for Gundogan's goal, the 3rd of the game for Manchester City. At the moment, with Eden Hazard's recent drop in form, I'm going to stick my neck out and say that Bernardo Silva is the best player in the Premier League at the moment. Certainly on form, he's been the best since the start of the season, and I can't really think of anyone who's better than him. But I'm guessing you guys can, so let me know in the comment section down below who has been the best player of the Premier League this season, aside from Bernardo Silva. Of course, if you agree with me, That's also great. And now we come finally to the number 1 position of this week, and it's last week's number 2. He's made the step up by 1 position by continuing fantastic form in the resurgence under Santiago Solari at Real Madrid. Karim Benzema, he started the goal scoring against Celta Vigo at the weekend in Real Madrid's 4-2 victory, and to be honest, played a fantastic game for a lone striker. It seems after the departure of Ronaldo, he started well, had a bit of a dip in form like the rest of the Real Madrid side, and has now really picked back up under new management. Not only did he score, but he also played brilliantly as part of a team and brought the others into play, which saw Real Madrid score another 4 goals to continue their fantastic winning streak. When it comes to Karim Benzema, I feel like he's often underrated as a Real Madrid player. He's now entering his 10th season and he scored 200 goals for Los Blancos. You don't do that by being a bad striker. Regardless of whether or not he hadn't scored many in the previous few seasons, everyone's going to look bad when you're playing next to Cristiano Ronaldo and the amount of goals he scores every year. For Benzema, he's been in fantastic form and he deservedly takes the number 1 spot in this week's European Power Rankings. So that's all from me for today. Make sure you click here to check out all the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. And of course, let me know in the comments section who makes your top 3 in this week. Who should have definitely been in there and who should have definitely missed out. Let me know everything and smash the like button as well. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.
Goodbye.
Oh, who's this kid?